Hey, Leo people. People with Leo placements, cross watching for Leo people. Um, can you handle it? I feel like you can. I think it's just the question that you're asking yourself or wondering. Um, and then I always hear that Usher song because it's part of, now that you're here, I got something to say, baby. I think that you should know. You're doing the most, sugar. So don't worry about the situation. I'll never let you go. Mind your business. Doom, doom, doom. Can you handle it? Anyway, so a change of ending of some sort, okay? Something is coming your way, so be ready and be prepared. So the beware section says some beware of protecting people or trying to protect those who don't believe what you believe. I heard praying for people who don't believe what you believe or pray to what you pray to. Okay, beware of that. Beware and be careful who you letting people pray for you and shit. Be careful with that shit. Beware of not using discernment or just choosing to trust. Beware of signs coming and you not paying attention, brushing it off like it's nothing. Oh, I'm just tripping. No, you're not. Okay. Sometimes you don't agree with what the spirit is doing, but you have to learn to be okay with it. You may think you know, but the spirit knows for sure. Okay. Beware of trusting wholeheartedly in something that you're sure about, but your spirit doesn't agree with. Okay. Beware of thinking you know, but your spirit just won't leave you alone about it. So something ain't right with that shit. Okay. Aaliyah, when she remake the song, said you may not be in the mood to learn what you think you know. So be careful thinking you know it all, okay? Your spirit is your connection to the spirit. Your perception is just your own understanding. However, don't be so set to lean on your own understanding over what your spirit trying to tell you, okay? Playing with fire can get you burnt, is what I heard. Beware of being someone. Beware of there being something burning or on fire and you don't know or unaware because you are being too trusting or you never bothered to look up. Okay. Watch your surroundings. I don't care who you think you can trust. Use your discernment. Listen to your spirit over your emotions and over your trust that you think you got for these people or these situations. I heard benefit of the doubt, which is coming up in your possible downfalls or distractions area. Beware of giving people the benefit of the doubt when you know it's not something they deserve. Listen to your spirit. Don't listen to nothing above that. Things aren't what they seem, so use your discernment. Listen to your intuition. You can look out for people and try to protect them, but it's up to them to accept that. Everybody has their own free will, and we cannot control the free will of others, okay? You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't force that bitch to drink, okay? Tough love, encouraging facts. Be careful who you giving your love to, your care to, your prayers to. Be careful who you giving to, period. Some of these people are takers, and their only intentions are to take and nothing else, okay? Doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. Allow these people to be removed when the spirit is trying to remove them. You never know what you're being protected from. Focus more on the spirit and less on your personal emotions and perspectives of what or how things should be. Sometimes if you want something different, you have to be willing to do something different, commit a different action. Okay, your strengths or you're stronger than you give yourself credit for, and situations bring the strength out of you. Being strong gets overwhelming, but it's better to have it and need it than need it and not have it. Okay? Be strong over being loving. Okay? If somebody wouldn't do it for you, then you won't do it for them either. Period. It don't matter that you love them, that you care, that y'all related. None of that shit matters. Okay? Choose your people over it. It says what? Oh, choose your peace over everything and everyone, no matter what's going on. Okay, songs of relevance is DMX. What these bitches want from a nigga. Intentions needs to be checked. Like they do ID checks at the door for the club. This is your club, and intentions need to be checked at that door, like they IDs. You hear what I'm saying? Okay. Have you so have for people what they have for you. Okay. If you got some peace for me, I got peace for you. If you got nothing but bad energy for me, bitch, that's all I got for you. I got what you for you what you got for me. Make sure people be fair the way you being fair to them, or shut that shit down. Find out intentions of people before getting into an equal give and take with them. I heard another song they gave you is "Old Town Road" by Lil Nas X, and they was highlighting the horse. So this is something about your freedom, okay, or freeing yourself from things that cage you. Okay, horses are about raw, untamed energy, personal drive, and the pursuit of freedom, strength, endurance, and forward momentum in life's journey. You are being asked to trust the process. Okay. So songs for love. First I wrote a lot of mistakes have been made, but practice makes you better because nobody's perfect. So I can't say that. Okay. We live and we learn, but don't beat yourself up about the process. I got Charlene by Anthony Hamilton for love in the love songs. Okay. Sitting here waiting on you to come home again. I won't leave. Promise I'll be here to the very end. By your side. To protect you and to love you and to be with you for life. You done promised something to some motherfucker. But the problem with that is it ain't going out. It ain't working out no more. But let me just read. Somebody needs to remember that honoring promises made to self is way more important than promises made to other people. Okay? Time waits for no man, so why should you? Holla at me when you done with that bid. Holla at me when you grow up. Holla at me when you fix your shit. Holla at me when you get your shit together. Whatever it is that you need to tell them. Someone is honoring loyalty to others over loyalty to self. Even though that arrangement is no longer working out for them, they still in it. It's okay to choose yourself. It's okay to change your mind because it's not what you thought it would be, or it's not turning out to what you thought you signed up for. Okay. I'm just gonna give an example because I've been in that situation before where I was dealing with this dude that I used to deal with. He was locked up, and I told him I'd wait for him, but the motherfucker extended all this time, and life changed. Shit happens on the outside that don't happen on the inside, so my mind changed, and I should have told him that my mind changed, but instead of telling him that my mind changed, I just left little homie on stuck, didn't say shit, and disappeared. That ain't the way you want to do it, okay? Because karma did return that to me, okay? But I'm saying that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. If you no longer want to be committed, say you decided, this is just an example I'm using. Say you decided to tell somebody you're going to hold it down while they go do a bid. Okay, the bid is 6 months, okay? Somehow they get in there, they in trouble, that 6 months bid turned into a year. And that's not what the agreement was, right? So you get tired of waiting on month 7. So you're going to tell the motherfucker, look, I know we agreed, and I agreed to wait on you, but I agreed for 6 months. I didn't know that it was going to be a year, because now that we're moving into a year, the waiting is becoming unbearable, and I no longer want to do it. Some shit like that, but you guys got to let it be funky. Being funky means that you put it out there, you being honest about it, and it is what it is. You got to put the cards on the table, because that's how you ease your way up out the karma. And not necessarily easier, because you're not obligated to do shit, right? You're not obligated to wait on a bid. You're not obligated to wait on nobody to get out of jail. You're not obligated to do none of that, right? But at any point, if you told them that and you changed your mind, you are obligated to communicate that to a person. So that way you don't draw no bad karma up in the contract for yourself, because you being moving funny and being weird, knowing you don't want this, but you ain't saying it. You see what I'm saying? It's manipulation in a form. So maybe that were not your intentions, but I just didn't want to tell the motherfucker I don't want to fuck with him because I moved on to somebody else. I didn't want to say that, so I didn't, but I should have, because it just creates, it just enters, it lets you, it brings in bad energy on your side. And the universe, one thing the universe is gonna do, one thing karma's gonna do, is balance out the scales when somebody hasn't balanced them. So you don't want to imbalance the scales in the process by being sneaky. And you know what I'm saying? You're not obligated. So you can just tell the motherfucker, I changed my mind. I know I said this and I know I said that, but I don't want to do it no more. It's not working out for me. It's working out for you, but it ain't working out for me. So I'm going to get up out of here. Hello. I'm just saying. You ain't nobody's obligated. We're not obligated to continue loving like a motherfucker say. I promise to, like, when you get married, you make vows to a person. But in that marriage, should you cheat on me, them vows is void, bitch. I'm sorry. I ain't never been married, but I felt that. Because I'm not about to continue being committed to you and you're no longer committed to me. That's not what I signed up for. And I'm going to change my mind. And in my mind being changed, I'm going to ask for a divorce. Shit like that. So, but I'm going to speak my truth and I'm going to stand on that versus being sneaky and sneaking around your back because I don't want this no more, right? That was the mistake I made. I should have let the motherfucker know I ain't holding this bid down no more. You don't know how to get it, keep your nose clean and get the fuck out. I got needs. I need to have some social awareness. I don't know. I should have said something, but the way I handled it wasn't right. And that's how the karma got attached to me, right? Anyway. The next song is Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce. Me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'ma be my own best friend. If you don't have nobody else, it proves that each time that you got you, okay? All the times you've been there, gave loyalty, had people's backs, and all you ever seem to have is yourself, okay? That's enough to choose yourself. Enough to put give your loyalty to you, your love to you, your energy to you. No point in wasting any of those things when you can just keep it and save it for a better situation. That's my daughter. It's time to turn your back on people who's already turned their back on you. So there's that. I think the whole can you handle it thing is about you being completely solo on the journey with nobody but yourself. But if that's all you ever had when times get rough, when you've been there for everybody else and it's time for somebody to be there for you and nobody's there, it seems like all you got is yourself anyway. So moving on to the next journey with nobody but yourself doesn't seem. It does seem, but it don't seem. At the same time, if you've been rolling through this motherfucker by yourself, you'll be just fine on the next phase of your journey. But I feel like it's more of your people. The people that you care for. Those are people who be getting over. And those are people that you tell, I ain't fucking with that. But they try to slide it in anyway and then think that they can still somehow be entitled to your energy, to your time, to your giving. So, I don't know. Whatever it is that your spirit has got going for you, that's what you got to roll with. My cards sticking together. Alright. Leo. What's the energy? What's the frequency? What the Leo people need to know? Victim consciousness. Victim consciousness. That's like the mentality of a victim. Having this lack mentality that you won't have enough, you won't be enough. You know, thinking from a glass being half full over half empty. So this is you or this is somebody you're dealing with. The hindrance is what they said. Thinking you need somebody to help you. Thinking you have to have family in the same state to occupy it. Shit like that. And then we got soulmates. So this could be somebody that you're attached to, somebody that you consider to be a soulmate, but they got this victim mentality, and it's hard to maneuver with that. Because people always got the negative. When you got a victim mentality, you don't be finding nothing positive to think. You don't think, well, maybe this gonna work out for me. You would rather think, well, shit, this could go bad. People could try to fuck me over. Like, it don't be no good thoughts coming through with the victim consciousness. And then we got self-love. Pay attention to the signs. So it could become unbearable trying to deal with somebody in this mentality. Hold on. be happy to do mommy duty or some shit. These kids be acting like they understand. Till I get out there and start T-Rexing, stomping around this motherfucker going nuts. I'm just kidding. But I will stomp around and talk a little crazy. I don't prefer not to. But the children be acting like they didn't. My mom used to say, I can't say, Antoneice, clean your room. I had to say, clean the motherfucking room. She said, then y'all get it done. I can't talk nice. Now as an adult with children, I understand what she meant. The kids don't listen when you be nice. And then you don't want to talk crazy and yell the fuck at them. So you just be like, hey, listen here. Anyway, victim consciousness. Anxiety and worry is coming out reversed. Saying don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is going to be all right. I feel like you could be worrying, but they telling you not to. Or whoever this is with the victim card, they got to come out of this anxiety and come out of this fear to stop putting these bad thoughts and these bad intentions and this bad wordplay on their own life. And the divine intervention is reversed. Time for a reflection. So maybe this is something this person hasn't done. This is why they're struggling and in the unfinished business. Maybe if they try stepping into a divine intervention and reflect and looking at the man in the mirror, it'll help them out with this fear, this anxiety, this worry. That's how they put it down, is to reflect. But it's like somebody has abandoned the healing in order to go ahead and just stick in their victim consciousness. Poor me. Poor me. I've been through this, and this, and I get to show up like this, and this because I've been through this, and this. No, you get to show up to the healing. You get to show up to the building of healing. You get to show up to the school of healing. You don't get to just say, I've been through shit, and that's my excuse of why I'm fucking people over for the rest of my life. Nope. That ain't how it works. That is not how it works. And it's like, well, you go try to talk to a motherfucker. You say, well, you got to heal that. You got to fix that. But you don't know what I've been through. I used to say that before a long time ago. I said, I remember that being me before. Not like, because I'm going to show up. Like it's because I show up to a fight and be a punk. And I wouldn't fight back. And I'd say, you don't know what I've been through. That's what I'd say it is. Not because I want to be fucked up. But because I didn't want to fight back. And then it wasn't that the reasons all the times when I showed up and I didn't fight back, it wasn't because I was scared, but I wasn't scared of the person. I was scared of that feeling in my gut that kept telling me every time it was time to fight, it's going to be bad. You know, that gut feeling and be like, don't go. Don't go. Something bad is going to happen. That scared me out of fighting every single time. And I wasn't scared of the people. I was scared of that feeling in my gut. So every time I felt it, it don't matter if I walked all the way to a motherfucker's house to fight. I get that gut feeling and I got to go. But I didn't realize in the time that the reason it happened every single time, if I would just go ahead and fight, I guarantee you that something bad happening was going to be me. Because it's not a coincidence that the opponent was different every single time, but I always got that gut feeling. Because baby, I don't know. I don't ever want to, like, I've been in it, like, dealing with a dude and he just take my emotions somewhere and I just flash the fuck out and I'm ready to run this man down. Like, if I just imagine if the spirit couldn't catch me or that tree didn't get in my way and I could roll all the way through that grass, I'd have ran that boy down. I didn't feel that bad feeling happening. On that point, the adrenaline was probably too strong and my emotions was involved at this point. These chicks on the street, they got a problem with me. My feelings ain't involved in that. And I didn't, like, every time it was time to show up and fight, I'd come there. Sometimes I would come there. Like, one time I walked all the way to a girl's house to fight her, and then the feeling happened in my stomach, and I did not fight her. I just started to try to walk away. And people would always call me a punk. I didn't give a fuck about that. But that wasn't ever that I was scared of the person. I was scared of the feeling. In any situation, if I'm dealing with a dude and that feeling happened, I'm going to beg them not to go. Or my mama or whoever it is attached to that, I'm going to beg them not to go. So in the situation, I wouldn't fight because of that gut feeling. But I don't feel like these days, I don't know. I feel like I get so upset. Like when I'm getting into a situation, I get so upset that everything is shaking. Like I'll be so upset. Like I'll be so mad. Like, I just really got, like, everything's just shaking. And I'll be so mad, y'all. Like, you know, your hands be like this. I'll be like, is that nervousness? I don't know. I'll be mad. I'll be like, if I don't calm down or something. But I'm not moving. I'm not backing down. I ain't feeling the good feeling or none of that. Maybe I just grow. I don't know. I'm not leaving. I'm no fight these days. I'm not. I don't be feeling a good feeling no more, though. I don't know. But I do feel like I got the potential to black out and be somebody else. That's what I do know. So I don't know. A fight ain't never worth it like that for me. And I ain't, those ain't not saying that I don't know what the feeling was going to be, but I'm saying that if I had $1, I'd bet it on myself. Because it was every single time I show up, it'd be like something bad is going to happen. Something bad is going to happen. And what would that something bad be in the fight? Somebody going to get hurt. Somebody going to get jumped. Somebody going to get fucked up worse than they meant to, because people be blacking out in fights. And they don't be meaning to, but that happens. Okay. So I'm clarifying this soulmate card, and it comes out with the divine connection, twin flame. It comes out with faded meeting, important connection. And it comes out with renewed love and renewed hope. There it is. Boom. This is something good for somebody. Something ain't what it looks like. That's why the meditation say it ain't what it looks like, right? This, whoever this is with the lack mentality, the reason they think like this is because life done broke their heart. Love done broke their heart. Something done let them down, right? It's not your obligation to build them back up and try to get them like that, but this could be you, right? So I'm saying that to say, hey, you're going to be okay if you say you're going to be okay. You got to make sure you tell yourself you're going to be okay. You got to reassure. Ain't no accent. Just say you could be sick. Shoot, you better get a prayer going. Drink some tea. Detox some shit out. I don't know. I got some detox tea in here that I want to drink. I'm not sick, but I just want to detox my system. Maybe detoxing your system may help. Try spiritual bath. I think everything's spiritual warfare, so I go straight to the spiritual stuff first. And then I worry about what's physical next. We got to listen to our spirits. Because if we listen to the world, we're going to pay for shit like how stuff we could do and create in a home remedy that the ancestors used to use. If we go to the doctors, they'll do stuff like pull out our wisdom teeth. We ain't supposed to let them go spiritually. So everything's a contradiction. That's why I said you got to get in tune with your spirit so that your spirit can let you know what's okay and what's not. Okay? Because everybody got different bloodlines. We come from different places. Our ancestors roll in different ways. So you got to be connected with your spirit. Your spirit is going to be connected to the source ultimately, but your whole spirit team will be behind that. Okay, self-love. Not what it looks like. The snake card. That's exactly what I just got there saying, but the meditation said that. So I thought I'd repeat it. Change, transition. And the card is, I'm sorry, apology. There it is, boom. I don't know if you're the catalyst or somebody's your catalyst, but the catalyst is pulling whoever this victim consciousness person is. They're struggling. Why? Because something has hurt them so bad. They don't know how strong they are. They're not giving themselves strength, courage to be strong. They're not just doing anything but just wallowing, feeling sad, feeling sorry, wondering. When it ain't about that, it's about them standing up for themselves first, right? Showing up for themselves first. It's like you don't have to take shit this world gives you. That's why it's a grabbing the world by the balls and take. That's a such thing, because the world will try to give you everything that you don't deserve, everything that's not yours, and you read that shit. I don't want that. I'm sending it back to the universe. Put that back out there, because that ain't what the spirit got for me. The spirit already told me what he got for me, and that don't look like it. Put that back out. Shit like that. This is how you control the narrative. Not necessarily control in a sense, but you don't just sit there and say, that's bad energy. I don't want that there, but it's there. Nope. You have some type of willpower, self-control of your own energy to say, I don't want that there. Let me remove it. You don't have to just sit there dealing with it. You don't. You get it the fuck out of here. That's what you do. So, but this is the victim here. The victim got this lack mentality, and the world done beat them up, and they might not be as strong as the rest of some people to where they can get up and fight and pry themselves back up and keep going. Some people just get down on their luck and they just stay down on their luck. Oh, you don't want to be with me, I'm trash. Oh, you don't want to stop here with me because I ain't worth it. People be thinking like that about themselves, but that don't be true. But it be that they didn't let an experience that they've been through fuck them mentally, fuck them emotionally, fuck them in every way. And now it's got them thinking about themselves the same way the experience of the person that they was experiencing the experience with is looking at them. So if a woman is dating a man and she try to get mad in the end and say, nobody want to be with your raggedy ass, you ain't worth shit, it's little, it's this and everything else, that affects a man's pride. But this man is down on his luck based upon his pride. If he step out his pride and get in his spirit, none of that shit is going to happen. His ego's hurt. So, of course, fuck all that ego shit. He don't realize the ego is dying. This is what he's going through is the ego death. So that's why he feels so down and out. When he get up and release himself and stand strong again, he's supposed to leave the ego down with him. Because if the ego wasn't there, nobody would have never had the power to control your emotions like that. Right? That's ego. Right? That's like our oh well, or another form of ego. Oh, this is my shield. I'm gonna keep my ego up, and this is gonna be my shield, my knight of shield, and it's gonna keep me protected. But 9 times out of 10, dealing an ego with emotions is gonna hurt you worse than it protects you, because we're talking emotions. Emotions require vulnerability. Emotions require you to get in the flow of love. But you coming in here with this knight and this knight and shining ego. Thinking that it's protecting shit, and water is going to tear it the fuck down, right? Ego is built so that you don't have to feel the water. Now you're submerged in it. Imagine that. So that's the point I'm making. Somebody got to stop being feared. They got to put fear down and stop worrying, stop having anxiety. They have to step into this divine reflection, which is reversed. They're not doing it. They have to step into it so that they can see themselves the way spirit sees them and not the way this world sees them. The world ain't perfect. They motherfucker self that can't be judging no motherfucker body. And maybe you was egotistical, or maybe you was fucked up. But that's when we step in this reflection and say, I was acting like this. Was that good? Could I tweak that? Should I be better in a different situation? Can I change that about me? That's when you stepping into the reflection. That's when you become the Michael Jackson, standing there staring at the man in the mirror. If you don't know what I mean when I'm speaking spiritually, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When Michael Jackson sang that song about staring a man in the mirror, that's what this is about. Asking him to change his ways. That's the ways need to be changed, right? But that don't mean you just the most fucked up, unlovable, unworthy person in the world. That's not what that means. We all have change to make. Why? Because we only learn how to become, how to show up, how to exist in the world from people before us. We come in this world pure little tiny human beings, and we only pick up everything we learn from other people. They don't know everything. They're not perfect. So it's possible that they teach us something wrong along the way. And then we get to now, where we get now, where spirit is going to step in and say, that has to be fixed. That has to be fixed. That has to be fixed. And you don't lay down and just give up and wallow in your ego death. No, you get up, you let your ego die, you step with the spirit, because now he's telling you, showing you how to be strong, right? Because this, no offense to you, but I'm just going to tell you exactly, this is weak. This is weakness. And this is not going to let you survive in this world. So that spirit is stepping in and helping you out. And this is why is it weakness? Because no offense, and I don't mean no harm, I'm just being completely honest, okay? Why does it show up as weakness? Because you went through an experience, and we have experiences all the time. We live, we learn, we move on, right? But you kind of took that whole experience and made it into your life, right? You took what these words that these people had to say about you, and you wallowed in them and made them to be true for you. But that's just the next motherfucker's opinion. We don't do that. You don't lay down and take that shit. You stand up and you fight. Okay, otherwise you'll be like me, running from the fights. I'm saying you don't lay down and you don't take it. If that's how a person feel about you, that's their own personal opinion, right? Now, if you've been in several different situations and at least 4 people tell you the same thing, then you might want to take a step back and say, like, okay, this many people was not saying this about me, and it's still me, it's still them. No, you got to be accountable at that moment and say, okay, maybe they right. I do this, but that's not my intentions. Yeah, I do that. I do be having control and feeling like I need to run this, but it ain't because I'm controlling. From your perspective, it's not because you're controlling, but in the world it's showing up as controlling. Then your perspective, you thinking I got to control the flow because this is how it's going to navigate whether I get hurt or not. That's not true. And this is why the spirit got to step in, because it's about you being bold. It's about you being brave. It's about you being strong and courageous and just grabbing the world by its balls. I'm telling you, that's what it's got to be. And that's how you get what's meant for you out here. And when you go through experiences, you won't choose victim mentality over, okay, that was an experience I had to live through, but it's something that you were supposed to get from that experience, and you're supposed to keep moving. You ain't supposed to just make the whole experience you, damn, I ain't worth shit. Damn, if I was any good, then how come they didn't want, I gave them everything and it wasn't good enough. That type of energy, that's mental and emotional going through itness, okay? That's part of the process of grief. I feel like you will try to blame yourself and say, how come I didn't see that coming? How come this and how come that? If I'm so good this and I'm so good that, that's a process, right? You go through that Feel it, let it go. It's emotions. Okay, you aren't supposed to be like, well, yep, I ain't good enough. Because if I was good enough, I'd have seen her cheating. I'd have seen that coming from a mile away. None of that. It's enough to say, oh, I'm not good enough or I'm good enough. No, those are experiences. These are lessons. You are learning them. Let that be that and just let it go and keep moving. It's not you that, oh, damn, I'm fucked up. No, we healing. That's the point. We living and we learning. Nobody is perfect. Nobody knows everything. So when you don't know everything, you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with not beating yourself up because you're just living and learning. Only thing you know is what you was taught at birth and up until this point, right? And if it was not right, then it was not right. In that moment, you might find yourself taking it personal with the person who taught it to you. And then you might wonder, why the fuck didn't you correct it? Why didn't you learn? It's going to be so many questions, so many emotions that you go through, but you feel emotions, you express them, and you let them go, right? You don't hold on to them and make them become you, especially not other people's words that they have towards you, right? Now, I'm not saying that it might not be some truth. They might tell you some shit. All you do is hurt people, and that could be true, right? But are those your intentions in most cases? No. But what do hurt people do in this world? They hurt people. So if you're a hurt person, all you're going to know how to do is show up and hurt people. So it's going to be up to you to take the step to look at the man or the woman in the mirror and say, damn, at least 3 motherfuckers done told me that. So let me just wonder. I mean, then let me just evaluate. And then you can run through your actions and how you show up. And you can say, okay, that's possibly true. I possibly do that. But the way that they say I'm doing it is not the way that I'm doing it. But the point is, that's how it's coming off to people when you put it out there. So maybe you could tweak it some. You see what I'm saying? Because those are not your intentions. Yeah, your intentions are to show up like that. But it's what you do, but just the stamp behind it is this. You see what I'm saying? Not because I'm trying to manipulate, because I'm trying to keep you motherfuckers from manipulating me. Like something like that. But if people are honest and open and communication happens, shit can't get misconstrued, right? It's when there's a lack of communication and people are just showing up, right? And nobody's talking about nothing. Nobody's addressing nothing. You got a problem with something, but you're not speaking up on it. Or you don't like something, but you're just letting it slide because you want to avoid confrontation. All of those put you in bad situations. So, but whoever this person is, it's time for them to stare at the man in the mirror, and that's uncomfortable for them. So they're fighting it off in many ways. Okay. The business is unfinished until they complete this healing, though. Tell me about this divine intervention and anxiety in reverse for this person, this energy here. That's the 8 of Wands. That's the Page of Cups reverse. This is somebody who's not been in tune with their emotions. Because they be in tune with these experiences that they lived. And this is what the point that I'm making. There it is. 8 of Pentacles. This is for you to grow. These experiences are for you to grow. Not for you to turn into a pillar or feeling like nothing. It's for you to say, damn, that's fucked up. If somebody treated me like that, I wouldn't like it. So I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to fix it. 8 of Pentacles. Right? Because Page of Cups reverse. Whether you know this, you intend this or not, you're showing up in situations emotionally unavailable. And they're telling you it's because you have worry, you have fear, you have anxiety. But it's if you just reflect on certain situations or certain actions or how you showed up, and maybe say you was completely innocent, right? Maybe you did show up and give everything you got and it wasn't good enough and everything you still got fucked over. That makes you feel even worse, right? Because you did everything that you could have done and it still didn't work out for you, right? But that's still an experience. That don't mean you're a bad lover. Or that don't mean you're a bad person. That don't mean any of those things. It's just an experience. Maybe it's the experience is to teach you how to protect yourself better, to guard yourself better, to protect your energy when it comes to the people that you invested in better. It could be that. It ain't got to be that you're the problem. It could be that shit, the problem keeps finding its way in because you're not, your offense ain't that good. Shit, it could be something else. It ain't got to be that it's not pointing the finger at you, right? In some way, but something needs to be tweaked, whatever it is. The 8 of Wands is messages back and forth. It's quick movement. It's traveling. It's messengers too. They do all those wands and the birds with them. They're flying somewhere to give a message. So the Page of Cups is reversed. That's emotionally unavailable, emotionally immature. And the work needs to be done on somebody. What's the Eight of Wands there? I'm staring at the man in the mirror. He gonna do it. Or she. I'm asking him to change his ways. If you know your behavior ain't that great and you can tweak it. If you know the way you treating people, you wouldn't want nobody doing it to you, then you know what the fuck needs to happen. Okay, don't play crazy with me up in here now. So, the Eight of Wands, the quick movement, the relocation, the messages back and forth. Okay, some of y'all here do need to make it's like a choice here. The Queen of Wands to the Two of Wands. There's choices, movements, and decisions to relocate, to move, to travel, but you getting held back. You're getting held back by fear, worry, anxiety. Thinking it ain't gonna be enough. You got the same lack mentality. And maybe this ain't for love when it comes to you, but it's about you need to go, they telling you, or your spirit is nudging you to go live over here, but over there you don't know nobody. You ain't got nobody, ain't nobody there to help you. Stuff like that. Starting fresh is always a little scary. You got a lot of things running through your mind before it happens, but the Eight of Wands is about travel. It's about movement. It's about going to other parts of the world. And the Six of Pentacles is gifts from the universe. It's balance. It's receiving. It's reciprocity. It's giving and receiving, but it's reciprocity. So I feel like that's necessary for you. Wherever this, if you're a Leo woman and you're being urged or guided or pulled to a different direction, location, you're being guided to move. Move away from everybody and everyone and go start somewhere. And that's where your reciprocity starts. Is what they're saying here. But the Judgment card, it says you have to be the one to make the transformation. You have to be the one to trust in the process. Right? But right now you're holding yourself back because you're afraid about you don't have any help. Leo woman, that's you. I'm talking to you, girl. Leo, Leo, Leo. Like you all there. It's something that you're destined to do. You too, Leo masculine. It's something that both of y'all are destined to do, but you are holding yourself back because of fear. Because of a lack mentality thinking, well, I can move over there, something bad can happen. No, you can move over there and become a millionaire. Put the good thoughts out there. Stop the lack mentality. Because if you got lack mentality, you won't find nothing good to think. You only think bad memories, bad thoughts when you're thinking relocating across the world. What about all the good things that can happen? Put that in. Hey, Sagittarius here. I'm doing Leo. Put your mentality into good shit. What about somebody be like, well, what if you move out there and need somebody, and you could rebuttal that shit with, what if I move out there and now everybody need me because now I'm rich? Like, rebuttal that shit. Put only good thoughts, because you think you manifest your reality with those thoughts, with the way you speak out your mouth. All of that is manifesting your life. So don't think bad things, think good things. And most of all, I feel like if you got a belief in yourself, nothing nobody can tell you can detour you. If you believe in yourself wholeheartedly, you will stand 10 toes down on what you're doing. Trust me when I tell you. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what he say, what she say, what the Bible say, what anybody say, but your spirit. That's what that is to be about. So something is, you're being guided to do something that is destined for you to do. It's written in the stars for you to do, but you might be a little bit dealing with fear and anxiety of how I'm gonna make it, or how's it gonna work out, am I gonna be okay when you'll be fine. Put down the thoughts. Anything that's negative, don't think it. Only think positive things for yourself. And it's a leap of faith at the end of the day. So your first trust has to be in the spirit, in your faith. And then you have to believe in yourself to be able to work with the spirit. And y'all make that, and we rockin' it light. Whatever the goal is. Like it. So there it is. There's no way to go wrong with spirit, behind spirit, and a leap of faith that you trusted in him. Okay, so, but that's a whole nother thing, because it's the most terrifying thing you're going to do. I ain't going to sit there and cap with you, but you can't let nothing be keeping you back. Okay, you can't let nothing be keeping you back. So let's move on here to the soulmate, where we got something here where there's twin flame. There's a fated meeting, and somebody was this victim mentality is the hurt person, right? And not the person that's too afraid to relocate. Let's get back over to the hurt person that been through some things, and now they letting that be their reality. Well, here somebody's coming to restore for them, right? There's a catalyst here to restore. They done met somebody who was fated. You met somebody who you were fated to meet, but not only that, they draw you in. They make you feel connected on a deep level. The point of them coming into your energy is so that they can become new love, or renew your hope when it comes to love, because of the experiences that you have endured in the past. Okay, Spirit is sending you a SOS, okay? So that you can know, like, just like love has tore you down so bad, love is about to come build you up in a way that you didn't think love could do, because your mentality on love, because of what you've been through in love, is just, it needs to be fixed. Spirit is coming in to show you how love should be versus what we was taught, brought up, and molded into thinking that love should be. Because if we were so right and we grew up so great, then we wouldn't be having to go back in and relearn and do healing. Okay, let's just be calling a spade a spade. So the divine twin flame, that's a spiritual connection, right? It's where two people, I like to call an equal yoke situation. The spirit bring these people together. These people don't choose each other. They end up meeting because it's fated, and when they meet each other, it's like a magnetic connection, and it goes so good until it doesn't anymore. Okay, because now when it goes so good, that's the this is spirit. You got this connection to draw you guys in and see how great y'all be together. But then after that, after y'all see how great y'all can be together, y'all start triggering each other, right? Because then a mirror happens. Y'all start triggering each other into being better, right? Into doing the healing. So in some points, y'all will go away from each other. Y'all won't want to talk because now at this point, you're being triggered. You're being triggered by the person that you feel deeply connected with. So now you're feeling betrayed and in love all at the same damn time. Because how could you how could you bring that back up? I told you that in confidence. Somehow we get so offended by somebody bringing something back up that they told us and take it offense to, like they're throwing it in our face. But the point sometimes don't be that. It be trying to use it as an experience, as an example. But in spirits, defense, not really that he needs defense. His is to bring that back up to show you that it still hurts and you need to look at it, right? So then we find ourselves being twin flames separated on a journey, because it's no longer about us anymore to come as us as together. It's about us individually. Now we have to go within ourselves, away from each other separately, and tweak, fix. Both twins might do it, or might just one do it. One of them might spend their time running because all that trauma that they feel hurt so bad, aka this victim mentality person. It hurts so bad. They've been through too much. They can't endure it. So they sit there and they play victim and they act like nothing's wrong. They sweep it all under the carpet, but it's not getting healed. And then you got the other twin. They'll be going over there and they'll do the healing. And why would this be such a problem? Because while I'm healing and why you're not healing, my energetic level is lifting and yours is just staying the same. So now not only have we grown apart energetically, we're apart physically because we're having separation, but now we're energetically apart. The physical part, we could come back together, but my energetic vibration is lifted and I'm not going to be interested in what you got to give me. So now we can't get into union. Now we can't. Why? Because I decided to heal and you decided to stay. So now you have to do healing in order to catch up to my level, right? This is why every time we talk, we butt heads. Every time we talk, there's no good outcome from it, because your vibration is low and mine is lifted. Why? Because I decided to do the healing that spirit guided and led me to, and you decided to play victim. I've been through enough. Poor me, poor me, poor me, but still didn't pick up that healing. It's differences. It's levels to this shit, right? So now it's a whole nother ball game. Forget that separation that we dealing with, because should we come back into physical, come out of physical separation right this moment, we still won't work energetically. The balance, the connection will be imbalanced at this point. Why? Because I was doing the healing and you wasn't. I was elevating my spirit and myself and everything the spirit told me to do, and you wasn't. And no offense to the people who choose not to heal, not that that's a good thing, but some of y'all been through so much and trying to heal is too much, which is why spirit will sometimes out of 10 let you have your partner paired, right? In the beginning, I felt like it all could be so good, right? Say two people come together, they work together, they heal. They say, hey, that's bad. Like, say your twin tell you something and that you be like not offended by it, and you actually work on it and you adjust it. Or my twin tells me something and I actually fix it and I work on it and adjust it instead of being offended by it. We could stay probably not separated and continue moving, but it's then the ego steps in, right? So now the spirit got to step in and be like, no, ain't nobody trying to be funny. That needs to be healed. That needs to be healed, because when we don't just heal together and learn from each other, then spirit will separate us and he'll be the teacher. Now we got to learn from him, right? So one of us heals and one of us don't. One of us runs and one of us chase. It'll be like that. Opposites attract on purpose. Everything's completely different, but they love the same things. Spirit be knowing what he doing up there, okay? So let me go about the twin flame. One of these twins got to go ahead and address the inner work. And until that happens, they just are there. Palace of Wands. And I feel like in some cases, a Leo masculine or a Leo woman is that twin that needs to do the addressing. And in some cases, you might just be the other side of the twin. They've been doing the healing, and every time you talk to the twin, they ain't got shit good to say. Don't seem like they changed. They still stuck in them same bullshit ways, and you don't got time for that. Why? Because energetically, you've been healing, you've been growing, you've been elevating, and that shit just irritates your spirit now. And this is the person that you used to spend all your time on the phone with. The person that y'all could, you hang up. You hang up. That, the person you saw forever with, this is the same motherfucker who is not even the same because you did healing and they didn't. If they not the same because they want to drag you in the low vibration, but you trying to bring them up into the high. I can't meet you where you at, but you could come up here and meet me where I'm at. I can't throw my healing away, could come down there with you, but you can heal some, so you can come up here with me. And that's the battle of the twin flames in it when we in separation. Because it's like, I'm rooting for you. Can you do some healing? And he like, I ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. The rugs are being swept under. Until spirit come in and rain on me. Ego death. Boom. Poor me, going through all that ego death, but it's necessary because we pair you with the twin. You ain't getting it. We separate y'all, give you some catalysm. You mad at everybody, telling them it's everybody's fault, but you the one that need the healing, right? So now spirit is on that ass like white on rice, and you're going through ego deaths. You're being hurt. You're being sad. You're going through the spirit got to sometimes take you all the way down just to lift you back up. Okay, so that's what's happening there because regardless. If you're just fresh out the situation and you letting the situation make you, or you've been in the situation, you've been in several situations, you know you the one that need to chill, but you sitting here still playing poor me. It could get sticky, okay? Because the spirit already running it, right? You a divine twin flame. At that point, you are obligated. When you are chosen, there's an obligation to lift your vibration because you're an obligation to lift the vibration and the frequency of this world. Your obligation as a soldier to the spirit, unless you somehow want to choose the other side, then we need to kick your ass up off the ship. You want to stay vibing low, cool, get over there with the devil's people because we over here fighting in the spiritual warfare here. Like if you ain't lifting your vibration, you ain't trying to create help lift the frequency of the world, then baby, you are part of the problem. Because the devil and his people's already lowering it, right? We need people over here who gonna lift the vibration because world, that's about a balance. And we can't have way more negativity in this bitch outweighing the good. We can't have that. So we got to have some people that are willing to take a stand. And if you can't do it for you or do it for the spirit, then get the fuck up off the ship and we'll find another emperor or we'll find another empress. And shit start getting tough like that. You don't get no sympathy. Ain't no poor me's and all of that. And I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just being real. So when you hear motherfuckers tell you only the strong survive on this journey, it's real. Right? Because we don't have time to cry and poor me and scrape our knees and shit. We got it right here standing up and rising up because it's bigger than us. Right now, it's a battle between good and evil, right? And it's more people choosing to be evil than good. So if you sit here acting like you're not going to heal, then you, in my eyes, you're choosing evil over good. So my sympathy goes straight the fuck out the window for you, and I'm ready to kick you the fuck off my ship. You see what I'm saying? And that's how people will handle you out here because they don't have time to be sympathetic to what you've been through. We all been through shit. I've been through shit too, but I'm out here healing. I'm trying to roll with the high vibrations over the lows. And it seems like you want to cry, be a little bitch. Sorry, but that's when shit start getting serious. Because why you got to talk to me like that? See, that's when shit start falling out because people start handling you that way. Should they handle you like that? No, but you probably push their buttons and they done said something. They're going to have that something they're going to have to be accountable for later, but they probably act in the moment. Either you're going to be weak or you're going to be strong. And if you're going to be weak, baby, you got to scoot to the side because we really don't have any time for that. Because right now there's a battle between good and evil. And I'm not so sure that it's more good people than it is evil. Okay? So if you're not going to be strong and pick up the baton or the torch and start carrying it with the strong people who's trying to lift the vibration, we need you to go over there with the weak ones that want to be low vibrational and destroy the world with negativity. We need you to go right over there with the people that you fit with. And we don't mean no harm at all. We don't mean no harm. We just don't got time to sugarcoat and play and be sympathetic for your feelings because it's bigger than that. It's bigger than your punk ass little feelings, okay? And again, like that's why I said you got to be strong. You got to have tough skin because if not, your feelings going to get hurt and you're going to ball up in a little ball and you are not going to make it out here. Not in this spiritual war. You just, if you want to go live normal, then it ain't no such thing. Go live normal. That's what they do, living normal. They go to church. They probably pray. And some of them probably don't go to church. Some of them do. But at the same time, in the next few months, religion is going to break down. And people are going to realize that religion was just put in place to control us. And all these people are not going to know what to do with themselves because these whole months up leading to this points, everybody was forced to choose a side. And it wasn't painted in, oh, are you going to be religion or are you going to be spiritual? It wasn't painted like that for you. It was painted as if you're going to vibe high or you going to vibe low. Simple as that. Are you rolling with God or you rolling with the devil? For some of y'all, that's how y'all see it, right? Are you rolling with the spirit? Or are you rolling with the low vibrations, right? Are you trying to lift up the vibe frequency or are you trying to lower it? It's not in between. Ain't no stragglers. The stragglers got to get the fuck out the way because y'all are not helping. Y'all are hurting, right? It's got so serious right now in the spiritual. People are still straggling. People in religion, they probably going to be stuck on the wrong side of the fence, but it's only because this is why you got to get up and educate yourself, right? Because you brought in this world as a pure spirit. Everything your mama taught you, you will stand on with your life and defend with your life until the spirit breaks that down and show you that was never how you were supposed to live. Then you'll step back and realize, damn, okay, I was in a broken cycle and now I need to fix it. You'll stop defending your mama and how she brought you up because you'll realize, nope, that shit wasn't right. I thought it was, but now I'm going to shut the fuck up arguing because I don't know no more, right? That's how the spirit is. The spirit is going to step in and show you regardless of what people taught you along the way. And when the time is right, you're going to have to make a choice, right? If you're standing with the good or you're standing with the evil. And it won't seem like evil. It'll just be badass choices. People who rather lie to you. People who rather steal from you. People who rather cheat on you. You choosing the devil. You choosing low vibration. You choosing the enemy. Okay, because your actions and how you showing up in the world. When it's time for change, and all of us went into classes for healing, you sit there and act like it was nothing wrong with you, right? When we sat there, a lot of us said, "Look, okay, I'm not perfect. I could fix that part of me right there." Especially when you try to be a woman or a wife or a husband, you got to be fair. You got to go through the process that fixes you too. Otherwise, you're trying to show up and receive fixed, but not get fixed, and that's not fair. Okay, so that makes you unfair. That makes you not such a good person. We have to check your intentions with a magnifying glass, because why would you want to do that to somebody? You see what I'm saying? That's what being a healed person is about. Being a healed person is not only making sure you get fair treatment, but the motherfuckers around you get fair treatment when it's coming from you, right? It's like people don't have to beg you just to be an honest person, because you're an honest person just because you vibe on the high frequency, just because you're a part of lifting vibrations instead of lowering them. You see what I'm saying? It's a levels to this shit. And some of us are high and some of us are low. And then the people that don't, but some of y'all are so oppressed and so lacking knowledge from spiritual wisdom that you don't realize that if you choose a low vibration, you are on the side of the devil, so to speak, as y'all call it. And if you're on the side of the devil, you are not on the side of God, so to speak, as y'all call it. It is a war here, right? Spiritual. We are in spiritual warfare. So you need to choose if you're going to vibe high or you're going to vibe low. And if you're vibing low, we might run you the fuck over at some point, okay? You might get got by this fuck around and find outish energy. I'm just saying. But this is how it is. This is how it is. And it's not, you just got to get in tune with your spirit. Because if you're in tune with your spirit, you already know what I'm talking about. You already know what the fuck's going on. When we step it back, when we looking out there in the world at the government, at the politics, you can see it right before your very eyes. Evil is trying to dominate us, but we ain't going. We might be quiet. We might be sitting back. We might not be doing nothing right now because it ain't the right time. But baby, we ain't slow and we ain't strong. Are you crazy? Evil is never going to fuck over no good. Lies are never fuck over no truth. Cheaters never fuck over people who are honest. Come on now. And that's just what it boils down to. But when you come and you look out in this world, the people that are honest don't look like the winning. They're like they winning. The people who are doing the right things, they don't look like they winning. It's all these lying ass, manipulative ass people that look like they winning. But think about this. I'm gonna give you some little food for thought, right? Looks, right? It looks. Your looks is still physical. Your eyes still seeing physical. Your spirit knows what the fuck is up. Your spirit knows when it's time to get to work. Your spirit knows what the fuck's going on behind the scenes, even though the evil think and appears to be winning. The spirit knows that the sight is just a setup, right? It looks a certain way, but you don't never believe in what your sight sees. You believe in your faith over sight, right? Okay. So everybody knows in their spirit what the fuck's going on when they on the right side. And if you're not on the right side, you're going to be scratching your head trying to figure out what you was doing wrong. And hey, you chose a side, right? But we all have a choice. When the healing was presented to us, we had the choice to look at the man in the mirror and change, or we had the choice to look at the man in the mirror and say, you fine, ain't nothing wrong with you. Whole time, you know, you just hurt 3 bitches in a row. And it was not your intention, so something got to be wrong. But it's up to you to be honest or be a liar. And that's your choice right there. If you choosing to be honest over being a liar, you making the choice right then and there. It's simple. It's real simple. It ain't big. It ain't heavy. It ain't none of that. You choosing how you show up. And that's how you choosing who you going to be. Light or dark. That's how you choose. And if you want to be dark, baby, we might have to strike your ass down when it's time to strike the light. I don't know what to tell you. You ain't no friend of mine. You ain't no partner of mine. You ain't no soul tribe of mine. I don't know what to tell you, baby. I don't know. But I'm going to be right over here in the side of the light. And when it's time to go to war, I'm going to be right out there. I hope I'm floating. I hope I'm floating. I hope I done got good at that quantum physics shit. Shit, I hope I'm floating out that bitch Indian style. Ready. Don't pay me no mind, y'all. You get excited when you on the right side of things. You don't have shit to worry about. Why? Because you rolling with the spirit. Who the fuck gonna touch me? They gonna want to, but they ain't gonna be able to. The enemy gonna be up in your face, but they ain't gonna have no permission to touch you. That just happened to me the other day for this police officer bitch. But she couldn't touch me. And just think that's the law. In your physical sight, bitch, you think you got authority, bitch. But in the spiritual, I trump you. I do. But I didn't even get into all of that. I didn't get into all of that. But the fact that I shoved my cart past your ass, cussed you the fuck out, and your ego was bruised. But you couldn't do shit to me. You had to get the fuck out of my way because the spirit is going to make sure you do. Back up, police, bitch. Thank you. But anything, I didn't do shit. I didn't steal shit. I didn't act no way. And I still got, I got upset because you ain't going to treat me like no motherfucking liar, bitch. I tell the truth. I don't got no reason to lie. I went out to the car because my card was locked and I couldn't get it to unlock with y'all raggedy ass Wi-Fi. So I went out there to unlock my card for y'all to be doing something about my motherfucker transaction. You know, you take too long at the self-checkout, they'll cash you out. Because that was neither here. I was getting me some food and I had my food stamps. Mind your business, okay? So I was swiping my food stamp card. It took off like $125, but it left me a $75 balance. But I keep my card locked. So I was trying to unlock my credit union bank account card. And I couldn't get it unlocked. The internet was fucking up. So I'm like, let me go to my car. Get the fuck about this store. My shit'll work. So it was giving me a hard time. My phone was down. I was getting upset, right? So I'm upset. I get back in the store and they did something. So I'm like, well, where's the receipt? Which I did so I could make sure my money went back to my card. So the officer proceeds to tell me, because the lady's the supervisor, I'm wrong. I never swiped my card until they pull up their receipt. Bitch, who wrong? Skirt, get the fuck back, bitch. Who? What that say? Oh, okay, I swiped my card. And I was upset because, bitch, you're not going to tell me I'm a liar because a bitch's title is higher because she's a supervisor and she work here. Bitch, you're not about to tell me I'm a liar for that. And so they print my shit out like I say, and there it is. And then I tell this bitch, excuse me, if I'm not detained, get the fuck out of my way. See, they hate it when you know what you fuck. I didn't say that though, but they hate when you know your rights, or they hate when they can feel it in the spirit that they can't fuck with you. She was mad. Y'all, she was so mad, she told me I couldn't come back to the store because she was wrong. She didn't apologize to say, well, I apologize, I was wrong. Just because she's a supervisor doesn't make her right. None of that came out the bitch mouth. Her ego was so bruised that she told me that I'm banned from the store. After she harassed me, after she's trying to make me stay back. Bitch, you get back. She's telling me to come over there and swipe my payment. So I shouldn't be getting back. I should be coming over there where your manager told me to come and pay. Because y'all done fucked with my transaction now. So I'm coming over there, but you in my way because you mad that I'm going to get up out this bitch and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm big, you're small. I'm right, you're wrong. On Matilda, that's what it was about for her. This bitch feel like she's wearing a badge. No, bitch, you're a sheriff hole and you have to do night security at Kroger's. Let's really talk about why you mad. They don't even got a desk duty job for your ass, huh? Okay, but that's cool. That's neither here nor there. But you bothered me because it's warfare. Because you an ego-driven ass bitch. And this is why the spirit got you as security. He got you as security and you a sheriff. You've been demoted. You mad, ain't you? You mad, and here I come. I'm coming through here on my regular promoted schedule because I ain't did shit to nobody. I don't abuse my power. I don't think because I know something I could treat you in a certain type of way. I don't feel like because I hold anything, whatever type of spiritual authority, I don't feel like that makes me better than nobody. Because if anything, I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm going to give the information so that you can have the same type of spiritual authority should you choose to do the healing, right? That's all up to you, right? But at the same time, this lady was trying to intimidate me. She was trying to harass me, and I did not back down. And if I was not spiritually protected, she could have took me to jail that night for no reason at all. They got cameras all around that bitch. Y'all know I called internal affairs the next day. Ooh, they had me. I was hot, bitch. Because who? You're going to be demoted some more. And I don't know how lower you can go as a sheriff being security at nighttime. I don't know how much lower you can go. Because sheriffs, you know what a sheriff, if y'all don't know, sheriffs got more authority than a motherfucking regular officer. The sheriffs are the top diggity dogs of the department. You a sheriff. If you as a sheriff, you don't have to supposed to be doing shit but sitting at the desk, probably signing off on paperwork. This lady is working night shift as security at Kroger's because they steal too much. In the hood. Baby, you ain't doing nothing. Your authority ain't serving you well at all. And if you must not be doing right by it because it ain't doing right by you. That's why you up in here at Kroger's at night. Motherfuckers out here, they gotta ask you for a change from a distance, because baby, don't get up on me. I don't know what you high on. The fuck? That's where you secure. That's where they got you patrolling. Baby, somebody already don't like you. You don't got you can't afford no calls to internal affairs, it seems like. But that's the point that I'm making. People in this physical, in my eyesight, she's the police, so she's supposed to be something. The sheriff, she's supposed to be even more. Visually, that means something. But to the spiritual, a police don't mean shit. And this is why her rank was not higher than mine. This is why she had to get the fuck out of my way. Even though I shoved her ass out the way with the car, she could have just locked me up right then and away. Right then and there. But why are you blocking my path? I am not detained. I have not stole shit. I have not done nothing wrong. Why are you standing in my way to keep me from getting where this lady who works here told me go? Bitch. I was hot. I was mad for the rest of the night, y'all. But I never, the internal affairs called me back talking about they couldn't hear nothing I was saying because I was talking too fast or too upset or whatever. I ain't called back yet because a lot of the things I feel like should be handled on the spiritual where they at, right? Sometimes the spirit, I can call into internal. This is what I know from my experience. I was upset in a moment and I still might call back to internal affairs, but I might not. I might chill and let it get handled on the spiritual realm where I know they can do more than where these people can't do shit in this physical world. I call in internal affairs, that's handling shit physically. I don't want her handled physically. I want her handled spiritually. So if I step back and let the spirit get on her ass, the bitch will be fired by next week. You see what I'm saying? Spirit has the power to do way more than these people think they control in this world. See what I'm saying? Doors open by favor, but doors don't open by money. They do, some of them, but not some doors that get open. Money can't pay for those doors, but the spirit can open them doors just because the spirit wants to. And if you happen to be right there with the spirit who wants to get access to that door, then boom, doors open for you that wouldn't have never opened for you. People mad the whole time you sitting in the room with they ass because how do you get here? You didn't work like us. No, but you got spiritual ranking and a bitch can't stand it. This is why people be mad at you. This is what spirit is hated in this world. People be like God this and God that. But motherfuckers don't be really respect the spirit because it be them same motherfuckers talking about this and talking about that, but y'all go lie, y'all go cheat, y'all go steal, y'all go do everything that the devil does, but still be hollering out God. That I don't respect that shit. I don't respect that shit at all. I see it every single day. Motherfuckers gotta go to church, you gotta do this, gotta do that, but you ain't lived right since the motherfucking months. You ain't even tried to live right. You ain't try to change no way, ain't try to fix no way or nothing. But motherfuckers will be quick to turn some noses up as spiritual people, but they understand the assignment. At least that shit. I ain't didn't. And at the end of the day, if a motherfucker want to be religious, Catholic, or any of that, that's you. Baby, I ain't going to try to detour none of y'all from believing in what y'all believe in. But don't come over here doing it to me either. But people won't give that same respect. And I will. At that point, don't come over like, you need to do this and you need to do this. I can't stand when a motherfucker think they're trying to preach to me, baby. My spiritual knowledge is higher than yours. So you're going to tell me to go back to the Bible. Whatever. I ain't even gonna get into that. All these cards that come out reverse. The Page of Coins is reverse. The Queen of Coins is reverse. The Seven of Coins is reverse, and the Devil is reverse. There's a Capricorn here, and then if it's not a Capricorn, it's an Earth sign because all of this is Earth. So you could be like Leo with Earth, like you could be a Leo Virgo cusp, because a Leo Virgo's the closest to Leo, so that's the only cusp they can have right there. Leo, Virgo, Leo, Virgo. Or it could be Cancer, Virgo. I mean, Cancer, Leo, but Cancer's water and not Earth. So, whatever. Anyway. My nose is getting emotional. My spirit. That's what I get this preaching stuff that the physical don't know. My physical body may not be aware of, right? But my spirit is always in tune, right? And so, I don't know. When I get emotional, my nose get emotional first. If it's just a light, your body is aware. Okay, trust in it. We all just having a human experience after all. Anyway, the devil's reverse, that's releasing toxicity. You're not dealing in it. The seven of pentacles reverse is a waste of your time. The queen of pentacles reverse is selfishness, focusing on you, me. And the page of coins reverse is like petty and pessimistic. Oh. Oh, that's a word. That's bad. So then you got this twin flame soulmate connection, and you got somebody who's petty and pessimistic, somebody who's selfish and thinking of themselves, and then you got somebody else who feels like that's a waste of their time because they're not dealing in low vibration. See what I mean? Somebody decided to chose healing. And because they chose healing, they feel like dealing in low vibration is just a waste of their time, so they won't fuck with their twin flame. And you got this other twin flame over here who's being petty, pessimistic, and selfish. See that? That's a low vibration. There's somebody currently choosing low vibration while somebody's currently choosing high. And because one choosing low and one choosing high, they cannot go in a union like that. Because the one that's choosing low, this person on a high vibration will not fuck with that. They'll try, probably communicate, but after so long, they're going to shut that down and not want to talk. Because the energy is too different. Right? I'm in a spiritual warfare. You think I'm about to sit here and do low vibration with you when I'm sitting here going to war with it? You think that I'm going to call you my divine masculine when you're sitting here vibing in low vibration and we on the spiritual realm are at war with low vibration? We're going to kick your ass up off this throne, baby. It's like somebody just don't get it. Somebody don't get it. Ego got you driven, baby, and pride is the devil. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you moving and migrating all through it ain't getting you shit with the spirit. It ain't. But do your thing, honey. Do your thing. Because the spirit requires you to come out of low vibration. See that? And if you're vibing low, I don't see how you come out of it already. But okay, to each his own. All right, so tell me about this high vibing person. How does it work out for them? Tell me some more energy for the high vibing people. But where's my other two? I don't want to use that. Tell me about these high vibing people with the devil reverse and the seven of pentacles reverse. They're not willing to waste their time on no low vibrations. The palace of coins. Okay, that could be a water sign. But it could be also a Leo. There's the King of Wands. He said he's not willing to waste his energy on low vibrations. He's not going to do it. He has knowledge. He had, look at that. He all up in the palace of emotions, palace of swords. That's a balance between emotions and logic right there. And he's standing where he's supposed to stand. Now let's talk about the low vibration person. The Queen of Pentacles reverse with the Page of Pentacles reverse. That's coming out with the Four of Cups because that person about to miss out because they thinking they know it all. Knight of Wands, but they still too flighty, showing up non-reliable, non-committed. They're not committed to the journey. Whatever they thinking they committed to is not spirit. That's why I said don't be so keen on thinking you know everything. Whatever you was brought up in your household, in your religion, and whatever, sometimes you might not be correct. Sometimes the spirit might bust that wide open with some truth and you be like stuck. Not knowing what to do with yourself, but knowing that it's time to relearn. Start all over with the learning. Okay. What I put these cards over here for? I don't really know. I don't really remember, but I'm going to put them back because I don't know why I put them there. But anyway. So on this side of the low vibration, the person who got this Four Cups, which is you missing out on opportunity. Why? Because you're not reliable. Because you're flighty with the Knight of Wands. You're not committed to the destiny. Karma Waters is where you need to be going. But you're not headed there. And you're not a reliable participant for the journey. Which is why you're missing out on your position to be the Empress or the Emperor. Because you're not moving like an Emperor or Empress. And even if you didn't know how to move, you're not even taking the warnings. You're not heeding these warnings that are telling you you need to grow and elevate. You're just telling everybody, I don't need no, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't need to fix nothing. And the spirit don't agree with that. But you got to do what you got to do, baby. You're going to miss out your spot. You're going to lose your spot as an Empress or an Emperor because you're refusing to do what is required of an Emperor or Empress. But lead it on to your own understanding. Maybe got you thinking that you know what's going on. But self-love is the next card telling somebody that the snake is there. It's not what it looks like. You see what I'm saying? There's some type of change or transition that is needed. And so I'm sorry, and an apology comes out with that. Somebody needs to fix themselves regardless of how they think they got it in the bag. It's not what you slithering. Okay, whatever. Tell me about the snake card. It's not what it look like. People, is this somebody who you could talk to till you blue in the face, and they're not fucking listening, so they're wasting your time. This is why the high vibration is going to exit stage left. Nobody about to keep trying to explain the same old shit to you. Either you get it or you don't. If you don't, holler at it with the spirit, because I'm not nobody's teacher, and I ain't got time to keep trying to explain shit to my face turn blue. Look at this motherfucker. They blue in the face. They've been explaining. They perfect this time. Like, they're tired. They don't want to deal with this no more. Motherfucker, like, this is a bad decision, right? Somebody feels like you are a bad decision, or loving themselves is a bad decision. Something's a bad decision, but it's not what it looks like, right? So now somebody's weighed down with a bunch of burdens to let a cycle close. But they're saying that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. But letting the cycle close won't be a bad idea. It's the spiritual idea. It's the idea the spirit is having in mind for you. But because it ain't what it looks like, because it appears to be a snake when the whole time it ain't, you not trusting in it. But it's a change and a transition creeping up on you, and you don't have to trust in it. It's coming to get your ass whether you want it to or not. And hopefully by the time you catch up energetically, your empress will still be there for you, or emperor. Shit. Hopefully you got it right in time for them to not have to, so you can still show up for your pad, so they don't have to give you somebody else or give your empress somebody else. Because it's hard to forget these type of connections, right? But you can't force a motherfucker to heal and change with you. You can't force that. You can't force nobody to choose healing. You just can't. Something about this is not what it looks like with the change and transition card. King of Pentacles. There's that earth sign. There he is. It's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. The Queen of Pentacles is out here too. So somebody's dealing with earth. And there's the Empress. See, there's the King of Pentacles needing to go through some type of change and transition to be an emperor to this Empress. You see him still showing up as a king while the Empress is still sitting here on the throne giving birth. She already done gave birth. The baby's in her hand, meaning she already gave birth. And here he is, still ain't even got up on the throne and became the emperor yet. Like, what the hell are you doing, sir? It's saying change and transition is required, and because something ain't what it looks like, he not trusting in it. But is he listening to his spirit at all? Okay. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. The Moon. He's too afraid. See, he's stuck. And when I see the moon's here, that's where the darkness happens. That's where you can't see shit. You got to navigate with your intuition. He needs the sun to come out and expose the moon in the darkness. Like, they got to take these special steps for his ass. He one of them people that got a little extra level of fear, been through an extra level of this. I don't really know what the hell's going on with the person. But he's the moon and the sun. He's needing the light to shine in the dark for his ass. He's not getting it. He's not catching on. He's not understanding or wrapping his mind around the harsh reality of that his fear is keeping him from everything. That this is part of his journey, his bloodline. This is what the fuck's supposed to be happening for him when it comes to alignment, but he is too afraid of mysterious. He is too afraid of the dark. He is too afraid of whatever this moon energy is, because he got to navigate with his intuition. And some people are not good at that. Six of Cups, because it's requiring you to be somebody new. Like, it's a lot of reasons people fight this off. But some people don't fight it off. They just give straight the fuck in because they trust and they have faith the size of a mustard seed. And they already know with the power of their intuition and the spirit and all that, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever their experience is up to that point. See? The Ten of Swords is reversed. Somebody wants to avoid an ending. You want to avoid losing your Empress, but you don't want to change. It don't work like that, Mr. Emperor. It don't work like that, Mrs. Empress. If you don't want to change, you don't get to get the journey. It is a spiritual war between light and dark, good and evil. I don't know what you don't understand. We need you to tweak in a way that you're going to be showing up for only good or only light. But we cannot have a half-ass person that sometimes you want to roll with us on the light and have our back, and sometimes you're going to switch over there to the dark. We don't know. Can we trust you? You might be a rat. You might be a leak. We don't know. So you can't roll like that. You can't. And why would you even want to? Why would you even want to have a taste of the light and go back to the, I don't know. Lucifer did, according to the Bible. I'm just saying. Ain't that what they called him in there, Lucifer? Anyway, so then we got the King of Pentacles. He's got the Six of Cups. It's about pure energy, being pure, new pure energy. The Hermit is about the lesson that you learn to bring you into this new pureness of an energy. And the Ten of Swords is about you avoiding something being over. But they're telling you the only way you avoid it being over is for you to go within, to surrender to the change, surrender to the journey, surrender to the lesson, so that you can come out a pure soul, right? A soul that might not be holding on to a religion, a soul that might not be holding on to the cycles that you was brought up into. You might be going to be a pure new life, a pure new soul. You see what I'm saying? What do I mean by that? You babies come in the world, they're pure. They learn to absorb everything from the time that they get here to the time that they grow. They're like sponges, right? So you might be as at your big age turning into a new sponge. Why? Because all the things you learned and absorbed in the old sponge life was not valid. So now we got to wring you out and you got to absorb new. That's what they call unlearning your old shit and relearning what it's supposed to be. That's the process of that. Lessons, relearning, pureness. That's what's happening to this King of Pentacles because he is trying to avoid the ending. He don't want to lose the Empress. It's not that he don't give a damn about the Empress and he this and everything. He's cocky, fuck her and all that. It's just that healing ain't easy for everybody. Right? Which is why if he was smart, he would have just took this help from this Empress, took that partnership, listened to her, learn from it, understand from it. But he was so determined to lean onto his own understanding, or she. Okay, because the King of Wands is coming out as the one on the healed side as well, which means his Empress is the one not doing right. Okay, so in some cases, the Empress ain't the one on the winning side this time, right? Because the King of Wands is coming out, saying that he's the one that's not going to deal with the low vibrations, which means whoever his Empress is on the end of that spectrum, she's the one not doing the healing. So whether you're an Emperor or your Empress, you have to change. You have to stand up and look at the married man and the woman in the mirror and ask to change the ways, because you got to be able to love you. Self-love, right? That's when you're healing and giving the love to yourself. That's when you're not taking anything less. That's not when you're not settling. You're waiting for things that are worth your value, right? Boom. Spirit is the only person that's going to give it to you. Why? Because Spirit knows this world. The Spirit knows what you, and Spirit knows how to designate these people together, whatever, right? Because when you get out here in the world, these people don't tell the truth. You have to discern the shit out of them. Where Spirit gonna be right there in your mentality and your spirit and your soul saying, nope, they a liar. They a liar. Spirit is gonna help you bob and weave through people, because these people gonna be lying and trying to make it sound good. And the Spirit gonna be like, they a liar. Cut them off. That's lies. Lies. They're telling lies. They get exposed by the spiritual realm, right? The spiritual realm is the way you want to roll, because they're going to let you know the truth, where the world is just trying to manipulate and lie to you. Okay? Yes. All right. So now we got I'm sorry. Okay, wait, the Empress wasn't with that, but did I clarify the Empress? Tell me about the Empress. Or the Emperor. Chariot. Conquering. Overcoming. Look at that. The Chariot is good energy. Knight of Cups. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this emperor moving on to new love? Because justice is stepping in to make these scales balance. Because you're being unfair by trying to hold your empress or your emperor up, because you're not ready, because you're not brave, because you're not bold enough. We deserve love. We don't have to sit around waiting on the emperor, the empress. That's not fair. And this is why it's the emperor, the empress who decided to do the healing. They keep moving. And guess where they're moving to? Knight of Cups. New love. Because it's only fair. Because it's only right. Because it's only fair to let this emperor, this empress move on to new love, because you are refusing to do the healing. You are refusing to look at that man in the mirror. You are refusing to make the change. It's not fair to hold this emperor up when they've done the work. They did their part. You the one chose not to. What does that have to do with them? Now it's time to replace the emperor, the empress. And you won't be okay with it at first until you run into the motherfucker to knock your socks off. And you just like, well, that old emperor be all right. I ain't know. It's up to me. You don't know it's other people better out there until you meet them. Yeah. So then, that's that. Moving on to new love, and somebody's in the background. Sorry. So tell me about this. I'm sorry. And maybe this you can do it as you, Leo. In some cases, it needs to be you to take the mask off, to tell this person you love this, to tell them that you're willing to do the change. At first, you didn't realize it, but now you know that it's you. And you're going to stand at the man in the mirror. You're going to do the healing. You're going to do the healing. Just, please don't go. Please don't go. 3 of Cups. Somebody wants you to come. Just look, I'll do whatever it takes. I will heal. I will fix. I will cartwheel. I will turn, twist, do a drop kick out the air, whatever it takes. I will do whatever it is that you want. Somebody is going to realize it's because you're on your way to new love. I don't know if they thought that you are empress, and because you're the emperor or the empress to the emperor, empress, that you somehow got to wait on them to get it right. That's not a part of the handbook. They didn't know that you was gonna graduate without their ass. I don't know what they thought this was, whatever. So now they're saying, look, I'm sorry. Now they're ready to own up. At least they're taking some type of progress. I don't know how healing has to take place for accountability to come on in, right? So there it is. I'm sorry. Why are they sorry? Whatever reason they're sorry about, but they're telling you I'm sorry. I'll do the healing. I'll heal. I'll fix myself. Okay? Just come back. 3 of Cups. Let's just reconcile. They ready to release the mask. You see them? There's 2 masks sitting up there at the top. I guess that, but there's no faces in those masks, so they're taking the mask off. Some about the 3 of Cups, Temperance, Leo on the bottom. That's strength. This is somebody becoming courageous and being strong for once, because this was written in the stars for them all along, right? This is why I say trust the process. The process could be that this person don't do shit until it's time for you to exit out the door and go get you new love. That could have been all the part of this person's process, because now it boils down to that you're afraid. Are you more afraid of being brave and courageous? Or are you more afraid of losing your twin flame? Which one scare you the most? Okay. See, that's how spirit be out here doing, y'all. Y'all be on that healing and he be directly having energy just specifically for you. He give you that energy that he knows you need, right? Fear. Okay, fear, you want to be afraid? That's cool. Let's be afraid. You gonna be afraid? Okay, let's see. Okay, well, let me put something else next to you. Spirit, like, okay, you afraid to be you afraid to be brave? Okay, well, look at this. Here's this. Check this out. Your Empress, she's on her way to get new love. Because it's not fair for us to hold her up because you won't get out there and be brave. It's not fair for us to hold her up because you won't do the work. So which one scares you more now? You're afraid of being brave, or you're afraid of losing that woman to somebody else? Spirit is something, and now that masculine over there biting his nails like shit. Damn it. Fuck. Now you scared and you still got to do something about it. Imagine that. Like, the pride, the point that I hope you picked up in the end is that your pride never won for you. Your pride, your ego, none of that was ever able to step in and save you from nothing. So that all of that is to teach us that we don't use pride. We don't use ego, not on a spiritual journey. Pride and ego belong to the world, belongs to the low vibration of the world, not to the spirit. Okay, so get that shit up off the spiritual journey, because we don't use that here, right? We brave, we bold, we are following the spirit, because it ain't shit, ain't nothing. Everything about that is scary in most cases, right? Because sometimes you might got to expose people that you don't want to expose. Sometimes you got to speak on shit that you just would rather stay the fuck out of. Sometimes you got to do some healing that you don't want to do. Sometimes you got to be a bigger person and you would just be ready to punch a bitch lights out. You see what I'm saying? You have to change, you have to grow, you have to elevate. And it does hurt sometimes to be the bigger person, because you know who you used to be and you know who you're capable of, and you know when the bitch got you fucked up, but you can't do nothing because you're trying to change. Yes, everybody experiences that. You gonna cry sometimes because you really want to turn this bitch around and let a motherfucker know how you what, right? But you don't get to do that no more because you chose to change. So now you got to just cry about it, because you can't let these bitches know how you really get down. Or you can't let these motherfuckers know how you really what and who you really come from. You can't let them know that no more. You can't prove points. You can't do this because you got to move in a high vibration because you already chose to change, right? People don't be talking about that, but they do. That you get mad at a bitch when you can't show up in the way that you used to because you're changing, right? It ain't easy for the people who healing either. It definitely ain't easy for you people who choose not to heal, be thinking it's going to somehow get you an easy way out. It ain't. Because you get rewarded through the elevation. You don't realize that yet, but you get rewarded. You have to do less shit. You be right with your people in your place that you was designated to be from birth. So all that having to work hard to go out here and do this and do that, all of that shit starts to cease to exist, because you're starting to realize, okay, you're trusting in the spirit. You're allowing spirit to navigate you where you're supposed to go versus where you thought you're supposed to go, right? And when you get to where spirit is sending you, thinking, okay, spirit, this ain't that bad. I could probably get used to this, right? But you don't choose that. And 9 times out of 10, whatever your purpose is, you go out and find it, right? You got to find out what your purpose is in this world. You don't just be like, well, my purpose is this and I'm choosing to know it was chosen for you. You just got to migrate and find what it is, right? And once you know, then you stick with it. You grow with it. You elevate with it, right? That's how you lift the vibration. That's your job. They assigned you to that. If you do this, this is how you contribute to lifting the frequency, right? Everybody has a job. We all get into our job, our process. We do, our job, our purpose, and we do it, right? And while in that purpose and elevating and growing and getting better in it, the vibration of the world lifts, right? AKA 2 more points for the high vibers, right? Because it's a battle. We in battle, right? We got to do what we got to do to keep the high vibration lifted. I'm just saying. It's a battle between good and evil. And evil, they might look like they winning, but I don't feel like they are. It looks bad, though, to your eyesight. But you got to trust in your faith over your sight. So, all right now. So the apologies there. And then look what comes out. The star. See, it was meant to happen this way. When the star comes out, this is saying it's written in the stars. Right? Things are written in the stars far before we ever burned. Far before we ever born here. So something is meant for somebody, right? But the Queen of Swords is somebody else knows that. Somebody knows. It's like there's an Aquarius woman here, or there's a woman who knows what you're supposed to be doing, or there's a woman who knows what you're supposed to be doing, and you know what they're supposed to be doing, something like that. But the Five of Pentacles. It's like somebody knows that you're dealing in a lack mentality, or somebody knows that you're losing something, or you're left out in the cold. Ace of Cups, it's like left out in the cold from a blessing. Ace of Cups, or you're in this lack mentality, so you're not giving love to yourself. It's like somebody's not giving love to themselves and healing themselves, because if they was, they'd want nothing but the best for themselves. Ten of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. He wants nothing but the best for himself, but he doesn't want. It's like somebody knows. It's like this is like a woman knowing her journey to a man, but the man don't want to be with her. The man don't want to have love with her, so the man leave her out in the cold. But she knows that this man has a lack of loving himself, because if he loved himself, he want nothing but the best. What emotionally fulfills him, and she knows that that's her. See, but this is a hard journey for a woman like her. Why? Because you got to take a step back and not take it personally. And you don't know that at first. At first you sad because you feel like the person that the spirit gave you don't want you back. Spirit, why would you give me somebody who don't want me back? That's a lot of pain. I know it. Been there, done that. Okay. So you feel out in the cold. You feel like, okay, Spirit, you gave me my emperor, you gave me my empress, but they don't want me back. They leaving me out in the cold. They not giving me no love, right? And then what turns over? The emperor to the Ten of Cups. All of this is coming out on that sorry. You live, you learn, and you regret. Because sometimes you be thinking you know. You lean onto your own understanding. And in the Bible, you read the Bible, says lean not into your own understanding. And this is why, because things be greater than us. Right? From our perspective, the only thing we see is the spirit ain't giving me no woman like you. I'm not about to end up with nobody like you because you do tarot cards. Right? I'm just going to use myself as an example. You use tarot cards. I go to church. I'm a Christian. The spirit would not put me with no woman like you. Well, if 8 years later religion blow the fuck up, then what do we have to worry about? But people think they know everything. People think they know everything. You can't tell nobody shit. And I'm not the person that's going to beg you to listen to my knowledge no more. I'm going to try to tell it to you. And if you don't hear it, you think it's bullshit, you think it's delusional, you think it's demonic, that's cool. Don't take it. Let that shit fly. And later on, you'll be back hollering at me like, man, you was right about such and such. I know I was right. And you know why I know I was right? Because when I'm speaking these meditations and I'm speaking this knowledge, I'm just being a vessel. I'm just being used by the spirits. I'm okay with that, right? But in the moment, I'm just being used by the spirit in most cases. So I'm just speaking some shit that I know, or that I was told, that I was asked, or in guided to put out there to the people. To the other people who are lifting their vibration or trying to do the healing like me, right? Maybe spirit got a message. Maybe somebody's distracting your line of communication. Maybe somebody's got dark energy by you and you don't know it. For whatever reason, the message will find its way to you. If spirit can't get to you directly, he'll go to somebody else to come get to you. Spirit will do that. But he gonna get his point across. Spirit, like, think about your mama or your daddy or somebody like that. You know, the one that always feel like they gotta have the last word. You can't have it. Like except with less control. Like spirit gonna give you an assignment, right? But spirit ain't gonna force you to do it subtly. He'll force you, but it ain't gonna look like it's forcing you. It's gonna be a free will, right? Spirit will set you up. Like this will say it like that. Spirit ain't gonna say that's the spirit will say, hey, that's the way you need to go, right? But if you're determined to go that way because it's something that way that you really want, spirit ain't gonna stop you from going that way. But spirit telling you go that way is already a warning that you need to heed. He won't stop you from going that way. He's going to let you go that way. When you go that way, something going to happen in a way that it's going to fuck you up and make you feel like, hell no, fuck this way. I'm going back that way, right? It was a setup, right? Because spirit wasn't going to force you to choose that way, but he's going to let you go that way and let you understand why he was trying to protect you from that way and sent you that way instead. right? But you was determined to lean onto your own understanding, which you should not. He gonna let you go that way. And through your own understanding, you go that way. And everything unfolds the way it does. And guess what? You're coming back in the way that the Spirit designated you. Why? Because he already knew that was the better way for you, but you didn't. So since you're leaning onto your own understanding and you're determined to see for yourself, go down there. Let that experience happen. Let things happen to you. Whatever's happening to you on there, you insist, right? And you'll see. You won't want to go that way. Choose it on your own. Not because Spirit tells you, you won't want to go that way no more. But Spirit already knew. It was like a shortcut he was giving you. Don't go that way. It's a waste of your time. Go that way, right? When you get better at trusting in your spirit and your intuition, you won't have to wait. You won't have to go that way first to see what the Spirit's talking about. You're going to say, Spirit, you're going to stop, get your lesson. Spirit going to say, go that way. You're not going to question Spirit. You're not going to ask Spirit. You're going to know that Spirit is protecting you from something. You don't know what you're being protected from, but you don't need to know. Because you know that you're going this way. You're getting a shortcut. You're getting a help. You're getting help. Why? Because now Spirit is telling you, go that way. He's helping you avoid all this extra pain that you could feel by going that way. Now, if you don't happen to trust in your spirit or your faith and you just need to see for yourself, you one of them physical need to sees physically with your eyes, then he's going to let you go that way. And with your own two eyes, you're going to physically see why that way is no good for you. It hurts. It's bad for you. They trying to manipulate you. They trying to get over on you. They breaking your heart. Something that way ain't no good for you, but Spirit knows this. He don't need to go that way to see, but you do. Or you can just be in tune with your spirit, and when you roll up, the Spirit say, I know you wanted to go that way, but that way ain't shit. I don't give a fuck if ain't nothing that way but your mama, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins. Somebody that way ain't no good for you. And you can go that way because them is my family, Spirit. They wouldn't do me like that. And you'll go down and see exactly how family can be just as fucked up as the enemy. Okay, go right down there. Are you going to trust the Spirit and go that way? And even if you don't trust the Spirit the first 2, 3, or 4 times, by the 5th time, you're going to be trusting Spirit and going that way and saying, I don't know what's there, Spirit, but I trust you when you tell me that ain't the way for me. So let me go this way, right? I've been through too many experiences, but I had to learn the hard way. Ignore my intuition and go that way. I don't need to no more. I'm going this way, Spirit. I got you. I'm going right this way. I'm going to take my intuition and I'm going to take this and I'm going to go this way. And I'm probably never going to know what happened that way, but I don't need to know. I didn't feel it either, so I'm okay with that, right? It didn't break my heart, right? I don't need to cry like Tony Braxton, unbreak my heart, because I never got broke. Spirit said, don't go that way. I didn't. I'm safe. I'm protected. Okay. You live and you learn. That's how you get better at your journey, because you don't listen to your intuition, or you don't listen to the Spirit, and you go that way anyway. And then after you go that way, you be thinking, damn, if I'd have just trusted in my gut and went the other way, I'd have never came this way to begin with, and I never know what this shit feel like. I'd never be hurt by it. Spirit be looking out, okay? Pay attention to the signs. Oh, I said the last card. Pay attention to the signs and you don't have to go live in them for proof. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Spirit just out there trying to be your homie. I mean, he is the homie. He's out there trying to protect you from what he already knows is down the path, but you have yet to see. Trust in your faith. Pay attention to the signs. Wait a minute. I got to get my 3 from here first. Pay attention to the signs, Spirit. Oh. I told y'all. Ain't shit getting made up. Look at that. What is Spirit saying you need? To pay attention to the signs, but what is he saying you need on top of that? What is that? Courage. You need some courage. You need to be strong, baby, because this journey ain't for the weak. You have to. Why? Because you have karmic relationships, toxicity. Ooh, you got people in there trying to sprinkle some bad energy on you. Sprinkle hope, and he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna, it's like, this ain't probably how he meant it, but that's how he meant it. On Friday, when he was chasing down that cute girl, he said, you ain't gonna get none. She ain't gonna give you none. I hope she don't give you none. Remember, he said that he was chasing the Mexican sister, and they ain't play like that. They had the dog Chico. He said, count my money, party with bitches, 150s, big ass titties. You remember that? That's on Friday. Anyway, so he was telling him on the way there, because he was jogging over, because he wasn't scared of no brothers, and he wasn't scared of that dog, while Day was scared of all of it, right? So anyway, he jogging over there. He's like, man, you ain't gonna get none. She ain't gonna give you none. I hope you don't get it. I hope she don't get it to you. Like, basically, he was basically just praying or hoping on his downfall, hoping he don't get something, right? But he ended up getting it anyway. Anyway, the point is, pay attention. It's like karmic energies. They prey on your downfall. That's toxic energy. These are people who are giving into your fears and giving into your insecurities with you so that you don't go. But the whole time, Spirit is saying, be strong. Leo. Be strong, cross watcher. Do it. And karmic energies are attached to you. Like, well, what if it doesn't work out? You know, playing on your fears, trying to help you not go. So watch these motherfuckers. They could be family, they could be friends, they could be lovers. They could have, you got to be careful. Intentions is important. Intentions on the spiritual, not the physical. See what people's intentions are on the spiritual, because they could be your friend in the physical and ready to fuck you up on the spiritual level. Be careful. Tell me about courage and strength. Now, give me one more. I'm tripping. Give me one more on the, pay attention to the signs. I ain't ready to clarify yet. I gotta get the other ones out for that. Ex-lover, old spark. See? Haters. So you got a ex-lover, old spark. That could be some karmic person. I don't like it. I don't like that they got a karmic relationship, toxicity with your ex-lover and your old spark. And then there's you having courageousness to climb up the darkness. See, the light is behind you, but the mountain is nothing but dark. It's like, you got to get away from toxicity. These people know you're supposed to be an emperor. These people know you're supposed to be an empress, but they keeping you back in your old cycle so you don't have shit for yourself. These people who need to use your resources, use your light, use your energy. And if you go, they won't be able to steal your light no more. It's somebody you with a bunch of motherfuckers who do shit, but take, and leave you depleted. And it's about you being strong and courageous. Tell me about the strength card, Spirit. What is that? Oh! I love it when the Spirit just come on through and make it make sense. So I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh. What that say? What that say? It's the Fool. What the Fool's about? It's about you having faith over what? Sight. It's about you trusting in the process, okay? It's about you trusting in the Spirit and not knowing how the details will be worked out, but they'll be worked out on the way of the leap. Boom. Somebody needs to take a risk. Somebody needs to start over, relocate, take a risk, do something that they haven't done before with the 0, right? And it's about you being strong, about you being courageous, right? It's about you knowing the truth, you sitting on it, laying on it. The truth is in there. And you have to have faith in that truth that you can feel spiritually but cannot see physically. You have to have faith in the spirits and not the physical. The physical ain't got no proof for you to see yet. As above, so below means that everything happens in the spiritual realm before it ever produces itself in the physical. So if you get to see it in the spiritual realm, that means you see it before it ever comes to produce in this real world, okay? So somebody has this truth. They know it to be truth, but they just have to trust in the faith and be strong. It is no proof yet. In the physical, you don't have the proof yet. But you have to trust in your faith and spirit to do it anyway, before it ever shows up in the physical realm. That's where people start getting them prophetic energies, because thank you. Because when spirit starts showing up and telling you things before they ever exist, people start thinking you're crazy and delusional. So there it is. There's spirit giving you some knowledge that has not come to the physical realm yet. But spirit has said, trust in what I'm telling you. You can't see it, but trust me. Be brave and trust in what I told you. Boom. Well, do they do it? But then you got your ex-lover and your karmic energy like, no, don't do that. That's demonic. The Death card. And look what's on there. The snake. But what the snake card say? Something ain't what it looks like. It's a serpent trying to keep you back from something that the spirit got for you. The Death card is transformation. The Death card is something ending, but something new starting all in one. And what starts new? That path that you're destined to be on. And something's ending that is no longer serving you. It's keeping you from being brave, keeping you from being courageous, and keeping you from having faith in what you cannot see. Something's keeping you from it, and your path is pulling you towards it. So you need to figure out what's going on, but your anxiety is right there. You know what the fuck's going on. You got the truth. You're just scared. Scared like a motherfucker. Something about karmic energy. The karmic relationship and the ex-lover. Page of Swords. Oh, but you listening to her. You listening to her or him. You listening to this toxic ass ex-lover of yours. You got a perspective that you need to be strong. It's like, you know you need to be strong here. It's like and you don't even know. You know that you can't even listen to them. So the Strength card is about more courage, right? And you having a perspective that you need to be strong. But what's going on with this? With the ex-lover and the old spark. Why is they there? Why does they matter? Because the Hangman. They're stagnating you. But the Five of Wands reverse is saying that opposition is getting put the fuck down. Because they don't stand a chance when it comes to the spirit, right? You have all the tools that you need, which is that underlying truth and your faith in the spirit. You need to be brave and do what he told you to do. Nope, you can't see it yet in the physical. Nope, nobody knows what the fuck's going on about it yet in the physical. But once in 3 weeks from now, when it pops up in the physical and your time is run out to do it, then what? Then what? Now you can see that exactly what Spirit was telling you was facts, and you never did do it because you never did have no faith in them. You deny them in front of your people? Because he might deny you in front of his father. I'm just saying. But okay, do your thing, baby. Do your thing. Do your thing. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Spirit is on your spirit telling you what to do. You are paying attention to the signs, is what they said. The courage card came out here twice. What's the page of swords to the courage card, Spirit? Because somebody knows that that's what they need to be doing. You need to be in strong and faith. Oh my gosh. Okay, look. The perspective that they need you to have is you to be strong. Perspective, right? Strong, courageous. And for what? The lovers. What we talking about? What we've been talking about this whole spread practically. The lovers. Let me go get this match right here. This is about somebody who's been through life and life done fucked them over. It's in several cases, right? You're a man. Your masculine energy, you went through love. Love has fucked you over. You gave love everything you got. You gave it all. You gave it all you could have been. And maybe you was not the most perfect man, but you did your best you could. Okay? And all of that got you nothing. Got you left, got you abandoned, got you abused, got you confused out here when it comes to love. Spirit is trying to send you something to renew your hope when it comes to love here. But it's up to you to trust Spirit back. Be brave, be bold, and go do it even though you can't see it yet. Even though it looks like that's not the supposed to woman you're supposed to be with. Looks like this and looks like that. Looks like everything else. Stop leaning onto your own understanding and trust in the Spirit. And you don't have to, baby. I'm just telling you that's going to be the best route for you. It's going to be the best route. But it's up to you if you want to let this world scare you out. Like you want to be too afraid to go get what you got coming for you. Then that's going to be on you. But it's going to come into fruition. And it's going to be exactly like the Spirit said it would be. The Spirit don't tell no lies. It's this world doing all the lie telling. And now we got to catch up to what the truth actually is versus what they told us it was. So I don't know. Don't lean on what you think you know. Lean on to what your Spirit is telling you. What your Spirit will not leave you alone about. That's what you lean on to. The Spirit has lived many lifetimes. The Spirit has reincarnated from body to body to body, has been in probably several different lifetimes. Like maybe in your last lifetime, it could have been before Christ. You never know. But the Spirit has experienced a lot, and the Spirit don't forget, right? And then you're connected to the Spirit, the higher source, right? The creator, right? Who gonna know more than that? So I'm just saying, y'all be careful out here because it be people that y'all call family, people that y'all call friends, people that y'all call lovers, people that y'all think got y'all back, and those people don't have your back. The only thing they have is a good intel, a good insight on your light that they want to steal from you. And they're going to say, do, pretend, show up in any way that they need to so that you think that they care about you. But all the thing they care about is staying close to that light of yours. And they gotta pretend. They gotta keep their mask on because they don't want your light to go away. It's like being a vampire. And if you take away the light, a motherfucker starts to, lose their nutrition. But the whole time while they stealing your light, you the one depleted. Feeling tired, feeling drained. Something's going on. I ain't do nothing but work for 4 hours today. Why am I so tired? Because you got all the energy vampires around your ass. Every time you come to work, here they come. Coming to try a whole 5-minute conversation. But it takes a toll on that energy of yours. Like, people leave you having a conversation, you come in this bitch feeling light, now you feeling heavy in the bitch. They done put all their baggage on you. You come to work with an energetic barrier. Make sure it looks like this around you when you're going around to talk to people. So that way, when they talk, they keep their energy with them. We could talk, baby, but you gotta, sometimes when you one of them people, you gotta put a energetic barrier around yourself when you're going out in the world. It's me. I'm the people, because I'm one of them people that come in. I'm like, good morning. Hello. People love my energy. And in person, they always want to talk. They always want to talk. And I have a hug. They let me touch. No. I'll give hugs too. And I'll be nice, because that's how it was. Now I don't want you to touch me. I don't want nobody touching me. You don't need to touch me. Now, but you get smarter. You get good at it. You get better at it. You get better at it by ignoring your intuition and it proving you to be right. So then you try it out. Then you go with your intuition and it proves to be right. So then you and your intuition is locked in, and that's how you live. Because you know that this physical world don't got shit for you. The spiritual world is where you got your protection. The spiritual world is what wants you to know. The spiritual world is what has the truth. The physical world, they want to manipulate. They want to lie. They want to be greed. The money is the root of all evil here. And that's just how shit is. That's why I say it's a truth. It's some truth to every lie. I've been in here with y'all for an hour and 40 minutes. Well, I don't know what to say. That's just that, okay? Because we still ain't done. I got to do this. I got to get a money spread, and I got to get some messages from the mermaids. Then I can get up out of here. I didn't expect it to be so long. I thought by this time I'd be already in the Libra. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to still do it. I'll see how much time I got on the mommy duty clock. Okay, let's see. What's the money information? What's the money spread? Money, 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 money. Money. Money, 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 money. Money. That's a song for y'all, because this ain't part of it. That song ain't part of this. It just started coming in. So I don't know. Money, 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 money. Maybe y'all got some money coming. Hey. Money, 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 money. Money. Money, 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 money. Money. I don't know. Y'all got some money coming. Because that is not even a part of it. Leo. I heard, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me, because I want you and I need you and I'm down for you always. That's funny because we got the card friendships coming out. But I don't feel like that's what this is about. It could be a long-term friendship here. Somebody who ride or die fool like Ella. But it don't gotta be, because I'm speaking specifically to finances right now. But it's possible a friendship could come out the deal, okay? But for career and finances, if you have trouble making friends at work or career, it's time to make some changes. Who the fuck? No. We ain't at work to make no friends. Okay, let me just keep reading. By placing some yellow flowers in your home, you can start to attract better communication. I like it. And more friends. See, that's what I said. I was very determined. See me coming in here leaning onto my own understanding. I said, let me keep reading because I don't get it. By placing some yellow flowers in your home, you can start to attract better communication and more friends, as the color yellow is a color of friendship. Self-improvement. Study of a course could also strengthen new friendships. As a bonus, the self-improvement will make you more employable. Ambitions will be satisfied, and new options and new opportunities you will see. Uh, Opportunities will see you make new friends and connections. Socially, you will be opening up and being kind and thoughtful. You will get many brownie points in career, finances, opportunities. Spirit, what? I'm sorry. I'm getting another one, because who give a damn about a friend? I'm talking about a dollar bill, y'all. I'm sorry. But friends, I'm sorry. That's just not it. That's not giving me what I need. I'm not even a Leo, but I came here for finances. You telling me about friends? They know who I am already. I don't be pretending. Forgiveness. Oh shit. Maybe they're trying to let you know that through your relationships or established connections that you have in your life is how you heal your relationship with money. And that in a sense is true, okay? Because be careful how you giving your energy and who you giving it to. Like, say you energy and money, same frequency, okay? Resources, energy, money, all the same thing, right? Say you are taking your resources, right? Say the resources is something like your food, right? Say you making a plate every day and you're feeding it to some motherfucker who ain't giving shit or contributing in nothing to your household, right? That's energy, right? Energy and money is the same thing. So in a sense, you could be giving your money to a motherfucker who ain't giving it back. Even though it's showing up in the resources of food, it's still money. Energetic resources is still all money when you put it in a physical form. Energy, still money. Okay? So be careful what you're doing with your resources. This is the point I wanted to make. Be careful with your resources. That's why I be real intentional about what I'm doing, what I'm giving, how I'm putting my energy down, whatever it is. Because you got to be careful. Everything's all tricky these days because they want to trick us. They don't want us to know shit. Anyway, someone from the past may have taken something of value from you or abused your trust in some way. And this has caused emotional turmoil, which you have not dealt with. Boom, there it is. See, they're trying to say that your connections are attached to your finances, and it is in a sense. Be careful about your resources. When they say you forgive people for you, that's true, right? Energy is still behind that shit. You putting all the resources and energy into mad or being upset, or your money can't flow like that. Anyway, Equally, you have just experienced a loss of someone dear, or to you, or lost a job you valued. Ooh. In any of these situations, this symbol is reminding you that you cannot live in the past and you must let go of which is paining you, however hard it may be. By doing this, all aspects of your life, including finances and career, will improve. So, something about your personal relationships, forgiving there. Okay. It says place a rose quartz mandarin ducks in your living area to create a happier environment and assist forgiveness and release of past sadness, heartaches, and loss. If you are single, these happy ducks can create an environment which attracts love by dispelling negative or jealous energies around the home. So some of y'all might just got some bad energy that got sent y'all way, and y'all just need to go out and clear that shit out. I'm gonna go read that one for friendship too. The little box that they put in for the Chinese tips. They call it a feng shui tip. Placing a fountain or a water element in a northeast or southeast will attract new friends. Put pictures of yourself with friends in a red frame. Put something red in the south corner or a sparkling chandelier. Purchasing a friendship ball can also attract friends. You can purchase a friendship ball online or make one yourself with the coloring ball. With the colored ball and a gold right. And in gold, write the words friendship across the ball and placed on your desk or dressing table to attract networking and new loyal friends. See, the Chinese be knowing with some stuff, but I don't know why they specifically highlighting friendships when we talk about money. I can give a fuck about a friend. No offense, that's just me. I'm not looking for to make no motherfucking friends. I like being by myself in my peace, and I ain't trusting a hoe like that. I might not, but I'm telling you, if I end up with a friend, it's because they done rode up on a spiritual journey somehow, some way, wasn't expected, and then boom, we connected. And we stayed in touch for some reason because of energetic purposes or feeling guided to do so. But anything I got, I want it from spirit because the world can't give me shit I'm interested in with they lie, manipulating, conniving, cheating asses. Only thing I got in common with the world and that I'm any contract I got with the world is bills. That's it. And that's only because they forcing us to care about money. You got to care about money because your bills got to be paid because the world cares about money. Because if the world don't get the money from your bills, you gonna be sitting in the dark. Okay, so you got to be on the world. That's why I said a lot of people start feeling like they don't belong here. I feel like one day it's gonna separate the spiritual people from the regular. I feel like they're gonna open up a place in Mars for us to go live. Maybe not Mars, but messages from the mermaids. Yeah, and some of y'all need to stop waiting. Because I got that in it. Whoever that Charlene energy is for, baby, I'll be sitting here waiting on you to come home again. We're not doing that. Time ain't waiting, neither are you. Why? No. So they don't like that. Somebody in your spiritual team, the spirit does not like that. They don't like it. They don't like it because you're stagnating. All of that is a part of your resources too. You're stagnating yourself to wait on somebody. Okay? This is what they're saying. Waiting. They need you to turn away from that waiting game. Fuck the waiting game. You're not waiting on nothing. They're making you aware of what waiting means to you and they want you to trust in it. You have awareness. They want you to trust in your awareness and not trusting and waiting on somebody and they progress or waiting on. What are we even waiting on somebody for? What are we waiting on, spirit? What are you waiting for? That's what they be yelling out in the scary movie. King of Cups. Some of y'all sitting around waiting on this water sign man. Y'all waiting on him to give you some love. It could be a Cancer. You waiting on him to move on. Waiting on him to stop dealing with your competitor. Waiting on him to stop dealing with your opposition. Like, it's love here, and it's the King of Cups. So some of y'all waiting on the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but y'all waiting on this man to move on from a competition, or I don't know what y'all waiting on him to leave the third party alone. What are y'all waiting on? I don't know what y'all waiting on, but why are y'all waiting on? Empresses don't wait on shit. Empresses sit pretty on the throne and attract. Okay, we don't wait. And that's a lesson that the Empress learns when she does decide to wait. Why, it's me. I'm Empress. I'm Empresses that waited and learned that lesson, baby. I'm telling you. A lot of the times I be ready to stand here as a living example for y'all because I done it. I waited. But I thought that was how it works. Like, well, if that's my twin flame, what else am I supposed to do? I waited. Until I didn't wait no more. Until I become the energy of turning away. Because you can lead a well to the water, but you can't force the well to drink the water. And I got tired of trying to force the well to drink the water. Yeah, turning away. So some of y'all are waiting on this masculine energy. And it's time to start waiting on something that you deserve right now. You putting out in the universe, I deserve to wait on love. No, you don't. Love deserves to wait on you to walk it down the red carpet. What the hell? That's why we got to change the perspectives and the mentalities. And people who think that you need to sit here and wait on them, then you maybe need to adjust the people that you're looking at. Palace of Wands and the Seven of Coins. That's what it's telling you. Turn away from the waiting. All your passion and your time getting invested in the waiting game. And they're telling you that Six of Swords, calmer waters, head to calmer waters, because this is not calmer. Their awareness is coming in here about whoever you're waiting for. Fool card is about starting over. What's the awareness that's coming in behind all this? Eight of Swords. You have awareness already. What healing looks like, what balance and fairness and equilibrium looks like. You are aware, and they're telling you that they want you to trust in what you're aware of, even if you cannot physically see it yet. The truth still may be underlying, meaning you cannot physically see it, but the truth is still there. It just has not surfaced in the physical realm yet. They want you to trust in the awareness that you have, that you know to be true. Don't be afraid. Go out there and heal it. Get your courage boxers on, your courage panties on. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, get it on. And get out there. Something is in your bloodline. Something's written in the stars for you. Something is meant for you to get out there and trust in it. And it works out good for you. As long as you choose faith over fear. Now, it could still work out if you happen to be too scared. But it's going to give you a detour. A detour, your best bet if you want to avoid a tower moment is to trust in the spirit. Trust in your faith. Trust in what you know to be true. All the tools, you have them. All you need, you have the tools, even though you feel like you don't. The tools is you having the truth that is not surfaced yet. That's your tool. You have it. And even though you have it, you're allowing yourself to pause around, reflect, and be stagnated. No good. Do not be stagnated. You have your truth. Go with that. The Tower reverse. How you avoid the Tower is making a choice based upon the truth that the spirit is already exposed to you, Leo. That's how you avoid a tower. Other than that, you're going to be right in that tower because it's necessary. Because your faith is, you see, there's your intuition, aka your faith, and there's the devil. And you're somehow still choosing fear over faith. That's when the tower got to come for you. Because you're not getting it. You're not getting in alignment. You're surrendering to to fear over faith each time. And that does not work for the spirit. Spirit get jealous, okay? And that is a fact. He's saying over and over, I gave you the truth. You have the truth. I don't give a fuck what you can see. I gave you the truth in your spirit. Your faith is over your sight anytime. Why are we even here arguing over the faith and the sight? You know the truth. You have it. It don't matter that it can be seen by the rest of the world. You know the truth. That is a blessing that the truth has been given to you before everybody can see it. That means you're being equipped with something. So a motherfucker could never trick you because you already know what the truth is before it ever surfaces. That's something to be grateful for. Okay? So, but there's a transformation requiring you to either choose to be faith, courageous on your own, or you're going to have to go through a transformation, aka the tower, which will be uncomfortable, but I bet you leave that bitch with some strength and some courage. So, try taking the leap of faith, guys, and see how that works for you. Fuck that fear. Pride is the devil, fear is the devil, all that shit is the devil, so fuck all that. Be brave, be bold, get out there and get what you deserve. Shit, you was brave and bold to get out there and get the shit you didn't deserve. So be brave and bold and get out there and get the shit you do deserve. The good shit. It's even more scarier than the shit that you didn't want. That's why. Alright, but anyway, that's what I got for y'all, Leo people. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, be blessed. I don't know, 2 hours worth of shit, but hey, I guess that's what the spirit wanted. I started trying not to be caught up on the time. This is an illusion anyway. So y'all be blessed and protect your energy. Be fresh as hell when the feds watching. Just kidding. I just couldn't help it.